trader, Tina here, once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. We're going to actually kick it off with ticker GENE. But before we go there, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to welcome you. Do me a solid in the comment section, drop us a comment, and if you enjoyed the video, ensure to give us a thumbs up. If you're returning, thank you so much for sticking with us, and also to ask that you give the video a thumbs up as well as comment. Anyway, so we're going to kick it off with GENE. I'll probably touch on the SPY and the IWM towards the ending of the video, or I will link the extensive video I did a few days ago on where I see the markets going. Anyway, right now we are looking at ticker GENE, an hourly chart, and we're just going to focus in really on the price action or the move that occurred today. Huge congrats to the bull. Stock is up about 116% on the day. You can see the move happening earlier, the first hour of trading in. Essentially, the stock trended up, in my opinion, for the entire day. So we closed at 450, down in after hours, took a huge hit, down about 17% in after hours. So I see a quote of around $3.75. So we're trading somewhere around here in after hours. So if you're on the sidelines, you're long, you're looking to get long, you're wondering whether or not you should jump into this trade. For me, what I'd be paying attention to, obviously, is how the stock opens up. And I'd be paying attention to this red line here, which I'm going to call support, and that clocks in at around $3.50 or $3.55. If the stock actually breaks, right, if it breaks 350, I would say look out, not something I'd want to long at that point. All right, so that's my take. The points that I'd be paying attention to, obviously, is how the stock opens up tomorrow and whether or not it can actually hold 350. You can see outside of the first hour of trading today, 350 for the most part held. All right, so if it breaks that, change in sentiment, in my opinion. What else? All right, and then we're going to move on with ticker APOP, another winner on the day, despite what you're seeing here. Again, majority of the move happened in the first hour of trading, and then for the remainder of the day, the stock actually trended down, despite seeing here that it's up north of 70%. We closed at 407, but we're down in after hours, down about a little north of 7%. I see a quote of $3.82. So essentially, we're trading in after hours below session's low of $3.99. That's not good in my opinion, unless we can actually get above that number heading into regular session tomorrow. Meaning, if we can open up somehow above 407, that might bode well if you're long. But if this trend continues and we cannot get back above session lows of $3.99, does not look good. I'd stay away from ticker APOP. What else? All right, and so we have ticker CEI hourly chart up about 41% on the day, closed at around $3.10. So again, huge congrats to the bulls. A lot of stocks moving today. However, you can see, if you look in after hours, you can see the stock is actually up an additional, believe it or not, an additional 35%, an additional 33%, not 35, but an additional 33% in after hours. I see a quote of 415. On the hourly chart, right, dating back to November of 2019, so that's about 4 months or so worth of data, in my opinion. This is a relatively bullish setup in the making. This red line that you see across your screen is resistance, and hopefully you already know what resistance means. If you don't, then you definitely need to sign up at ShortMeTina.com. We go through all of that. Anyway, you can see here resistance is at around, you can say $3.10, and the fact that we're trading at 415 in after hours, somewhere around here, you can see that we broke out of this we broke out of this setup in after hours trading, which is bullish in my opinion. So as long as we can stay above that $3.10 area, I think CEI is a good trade. What else? All right, APLS, another winner on the day, hourly chart, up about 28%, closed at 30, what's that number? 38.68. We closed at 38.68, somewhere around there. Down a bit in after hours, about 5%, a quote of 36.85. So where are we trading in after hours? We are somewhere around here. So essentially, we are right at support. So heading into tomorrow, you don't want it to actually break this red line. So you kind of want it trading above that quote that you see in after hours, which is 36.85. If it can trade above 36.85, $1.25, at least on the hourly chart for the price action that occurred today, we can say that support has held. If we break this red line, if we break support during tomorrow's session, then I would say look out. There's a chance that this gap here of around $30.30 will be filled. Does not necessarily mean it's going to be filled tomorrow, but if we break this, just know that the stock is actually drifting in that direction, and that is my take. What else do we have? All right, so what you're looking at right now is the weekly chart with ticker APA. The hourly actually looks bullish. So let me show you the hourly. The hourly looks bullish. Let me reset this. You can see here we had this gap up. The first 2 hours of trading, huge buyers stepping in. Again, you have this gap up, and then we essentially traded sideways for the majority of the day. With the exception of the last hour of trading, it seems as though the stock wants to actually move some more. So I'm like, well, I'm looking at the hourly chart dating back to December. I don't see any overhead. What's going on? Hence why I switched to the weekly, right? Gives me a better picture. And, you know, I usually say, if you've listened to me for quite some time, and I'll try to make this short, I usually say it's better to sort of like go with the trend. Least resistance is always the best. And if you look at ticker APA, especially the weekly chart, the trend is actually declining, right? The stock is actually moving down, meaning you essentially see lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So for me, that's necessarily a stock you would want to long because the trend is actually down. However, like I've stated in previous videos, when a stock actually changes trend, right? And believe it or not, it looks like ticker APA, after about 9 years, looks like it actually wants to change its trend. I think that it's actually bullish. That means that, you know, great things, in my opinion, is going to happen for the stock once it changes direction. And again, with ticker APA, it looks like that might be occurring. Obviously, I need more data to pour in to confirm this move. You see that huge green candle with confirming volume. But so far for me, it's looking good. I'm actually going to put this particular stock on my watch list to watch it in the event a trade actually opens up, because if a trade actually opens up, I think the stock can do great things. Not to mention it's up marginally in after hours. I see a quote of 32.93. So in after hours, we're actually trading above session highs, and session highs clocked in at 32.58. So long story short, APA on your radar. It looks like it actually wants to change direction, change trends after almost a decade. I was going to cap it there, but let's touch base on the SPY and the IWM really quickly. All right, so what's underway right now, it seems as though some breaking news just came in about 10 or 15 minutes ago. U.S. base in Iraq comes under attack from missile. Iran claims credit. So who knows what's going to happen right now? I believe futures are down in a relatively big way. Last I checked, I think the SPY, the NASDAQ, they were down something like 1.5%. So for me, that's kind of like a big move overnight, but we want to see how things play out heading into pre-market tomorrow, as well as during open session. Now, I have been vocally, and I'm going to link that video, I've been vocally very bullish on the market, right? I think the market in 2020, 2021 can potentially see 400. Now, this event may put might put a blimp in this. I'm not necessarily saying, you know, sell all your longs and go home. I'm just saying to monitor the situation, and a good trader, right? A good trader knows when to reverse course if it is needed, which means that if within the next few trading days, my charts tell me that it is best to short the market or to sell all my stocks or do something contrary to the messaging I've been telling you for the last week or two, I will do just that, right? So again, and I'm going to wrap up, point of trading is to make money. Know when you need to reverse course. I'm not saying we necessarily need to right now, but I for sure monitor the situation. Again, I'm going to link that video on the SPY and the IWM where I talk for about 8 to 10 minutes on where I see the market going and why based on the technicals. So we're going to cut it there. Thank you for listening and bearing with me. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of that video, do 3 things for me. I'm going to run it off really quickly. 1, comment in the comment section and like this video. Super important. It helps get the word out, and it helps us reach other members. I'm trying to get to 2,000 before 2021. I'd like to get to 2,000 YouTube subscribers. I would say by February. Help me make that happen. So that's the first thing. 2, I do videos daily. So if you want to hear me every single day, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel at ShortMeTina. Every single day, I discuss and analyze stocks that are moving in the market, in addition to trades that we took in the premium member community. So make sure you are subscribed. And this is the last thing I'm going to ask you to do if you care to, right? So number 3, I've been trading for a long time. Well over 15 years. I think right now I've been trading for 20 years. That's a very long time. So if you think you can learn anything from me, right now we're hosting a free 14-day trading course where we discuss, where I personally discuss some of the things that have worked for me in trading, some of the things that I've learned after trading for over 2 decades or close to 2 decades, right? I talk about that in that really simple 14-day trading course. So if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely head on over to our website, ShortMeTina.com, sign up, become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support. I'll talk to you soon.